Zest Money EMI for everyone player of the day, and well, technically in a 2-day semi-final, we still have picked one player, but he adds value in more than one department. As Ravindra Jadeja, and that's why Daniel Vettori was so keen to pick him in spite of the memorable day for New Zealand in Manchester. Jadeja's played perhaps the innings of his life, most without doubt.
Yeah, and he contributed in all facets, and I think that's why India rave about him and want him included in their team, because he's a frontline bowler. He's the best, one of the best fielders in the world, and today he proved with his batting that he can come in a tight situation and bat so effectively for India.
And if you could just join me, Dan,
Sure.
We'll have a look at that Jadeja innings in detail. That nearly gave India hope that they could come back from the dead and return and possibly just create a heist at the end of that semi-final, but New Zealand held their nerve. What I'm very curious to see is that smart strike rate of 190.1. It's one thing to say he came in knowing he has to go for it or must go for it. We've seen quality batsmen over these 2 days, Williamson, Taylor, Kohli, even Dhoni, struggle to go at a strike rate of 100.
His intent from ball one was exceptional, and he summed up the pitch. He knew that if he just tried to get through it, he would get himself in trouble. And the thing that stands out is the amount of sixes he hit it. Everyone else seemed to struggle to be fluent on it, but he came out, took on Nisham, then he took on Mitchell Satner, who was so difficult, played him straight down the ground, and he put pressure on all the New Zealand bowlers, and they were starting to feel it. And it was a wonderful innings in such a high pressurised environment.
Watershed moment for Jadeja, the batsman perhaps? You think he'll get more fair value for his batting going forward in India's one-day team?
It's hard to say that about a man with 3 first-class triple hundreds.
Yeah. But you know how India use him as a number 8 at best. Yeah.
Look, I think his batting has improved a lot over the last 18 months to 2 years, and I think he's started to view himself as more and more of a batsman rather than just a finisher or a slogger at the back end. So the goal for him should be to bat around that 6-7 and complement Hardik Pandya as 2 all-rounders in the Indian team.
I'll be very curious to see how Virat Kohli wants to approach his next ODI 11 now after this World Cup campaign is over. Dan Vettori, thank you very much. Very pleased was Dan Vettori to see a left-arm spinner and an all-rounder become our Zest Money EMI for everyone player of the day.